Tina's tips for press-ups. First time I did a full press-up, I felt like Madonna, I felt fantastic. But there are ways to build up for that. So if you find the full press-up, which I always think of like as a moving plank hard, start in a box position. So your hands are going to be slightly wider than your mat if you've got it. Knees directly under the hips. You can draw the tummy in if you want to, and just lower the nose to the mat and exhale the arms straight. So a lot of people find their wrists might ache after you've done a lot of these, but for me, it's great to work the wrist because if ever you fall over, the hand slams down, and that's a very small joint for your whole body to be on. Even in box press-ups, you can work harder, so you might up the rate. That's still really working your pecs, anterior delts and your triceps quite a lot. You can even do your plyometric version here, a little clap, and that's like so much easier than if you bring your knees back literally 2 inches, you'll feel the difference on your chest, the front of your shoulders. So what helps me is breathing out on the way up, thinking of squeezing up rather than jerking the arms. So that sort of jerking, moving the elbow, sometimes it just doesn't like it. If you want to progress, the easiest way to progress is move the knees back an inch or so at a time. So you're in a 3/4 plank position. Sometimes squeezing the glutes helps. Sometimes pulling upon the pelvic floor helps. Sometimes that conscious bracing of the abdominal helps. Just see what works for you. A big shh as you're straightening the arms. And whenever you need a rest, you can just do a little bit of a circle into the wrists, a little bit of roll back on the shoulders, a little tricep stretch with the fingers on the same shoulder, and then just bring that up. So progressing that, if you want to try the full plank position, hands wide, legs a little bit wider, and lower the whole body to the floor, then keep the knees down and then press up, tuck the toes under, back into plank, lower the whole body to the floor, knees down, and a big exhale as you squeeze up. So this going down to the floor slowly, you're getting twice the exercises. So if you just do the press-up phase, going against gravity, that's what a press-up is, that's what it says. But if you're lowering whichever press-up position you are doing, you are lowering under tension, the eccentric phase. So you're working on the way down and on the way up. So even in your box position, the easiest press-up position, slowly down and then a bigger squeeze, a little bit more dynamic on the way up. Slowly down, shh, on the way up. If even that's too hard, if you're recovering from anything, don't have to do a press-up. If you get a band and work with a band, you're working the same muscles, or you might want to start with a press-up against the wall. But I just think I've seen a lot of Facebook challenges doing 25 press-ups for 25 days or whatever for charity, which is great. I don't think you've got to do them all at once. So what you might want to do, if you're a beginner, is do 5 or as many as you can, have a rest and come back to it later in the day. And little stretches with the fingers on the shoulder and then the hug round and the stretch out for the pecs. Any of those stretches, bring the fingers slightly behind you, just loosening up. If you're new, you might feel the ache predominantly there and the back of your arms. But like any delayed onset muscle soreness, it will go. You can always give them a bit of a squeeze and that. So happy press-ups. Press-ups are great. Your pectoral muscles, you know, these big strong muscles on the front of the chest help us push things. It's where the breasts sit on top of. So, you know, if your muscles aren't strong, we've all seen bodybuilders who've got a bigger bosom than I have, really extended presses like that. So if you're doing a lot of press-ups, just remember to do the opposite move as well, to stretch out the muscles so it's not going to bring you forward and you walk around like that. It's quite nice to have balance exercises, so be sure to do the row backs for the back of the shoulders as well. Happy press-ups.